What's poppin', guys, and welcome back. You might be wondering, what on earth are you doing right now? We are flying over my industrial area, heading over this way, up a mountain, and towards a village. That's right, guys, just beyond our industrial area over there where we were hanging out with my boy Protocol in the last episode, we've got a village up on the side of this mountain over here. And in case anybody was wondering, yes, I did know about this village, and admittedly I have been here off camera in the past, only one time though. I wanted to do the big reveal of the village when we actually had the time and opportunity to do some village related plans. The only time I was here previously was to make sure the villagers weren't getting out and all dying before I could actually find a use for them. Don't worry, as far as I can tell, all the villagers are safe and sound, and if you're wondering what we're going to be doing with the villagers, why don't we take a quick little ride and I will explain just that. If you guys remember all the way back in our very first episode, I was showing off a nice little ridge on the opposite side of our starter base. I had been brainstorming some plans to build up a little bit of like a cottagecore style village area on the top of this ridge where we'd be keeping all of our villagers and doing all of our villager trading from. It's finally time for us to get started on transporting some villagers over to the area and laying the groundwork for some future cottagecore village builds. But before we can do any of that, we need to get a bunch of villagers out of this village behind my head back there and over to the other side of my industrial area where we can shove them in a villager breeder, have them do their villager thing, and eventually we should be ending up with a few more villagers to exploit for our own material gain. I'm doing a little bit of a villager investigation here before we get started just to make sure that I've got enough guys to work with. I've got one guy in there. Gonna snatch that real quick. Hi, buddy. There's one more in there. I've got one more guy in there. Okay, it's looking like I've got plenty of villagers to work with. We shouldn't have any real problems besides the elephant in the room, which is gonna be wrangling villagers. Villagers are an absolute pain to work with. These guys don't want to go anywhere you want them to, and they're just overall a huge pain in the neck. Are you having trouble there, buddy? Oh, this guy looks like he's having some trubs. Let's take care of that real quick. I got you, dude. How do you get a bunch of villagers from point A to point B? If the villagers have a way of getting out, they are gonna do so, and it's gonna be incredibly annoying. Usually, my preferred method of dealing with villagers involves boats and gates. Boats are pretty self-explanatory. You can put a villager in a boat, you can hop in the boat, and then you can take them over to wherever you want. In my case, it's gonna be this minecart track right over here. The tricky part is gonna be getting them in the boat in the first place. Generally, what I like to do for that is to use fence gates. Because fence gates can be just completely a non-solid block when they're open, and the villagers don't suffocate on them, I find that they're incredibly useful for transporting these very annoying fellows from one place to another. So if we just line up something right about here, get my boat ready, get this dirt out of the way. I don't really want the nitwit because he's not going to be useful. Gonna have to break their bed. Yes. That's annoying. That's very annoying. If I hurt this guy, the iron golem's gonna be pretty mad at me. So I might actually leave these guys alone for now. As long as there's only one villager in this house. Yep, I see him right back there. Okay. This ought to go a lot better if we follow the same strategy. All right, villager has been acquired. As you can see, we can just open the two gates and then we are out of here without any problems. And no suffocation at all. Now it's just a question of if we can get this guy over there. One really annoying thing about path blocks is that if your boat is on a path block, because they are just one tiny pixel smaller than a full block, if your boat gets on a path, it cannot go up to another block on the same level. They can only go down. And trust me, it gets incredibly annoying when you're dealing with things like this. Come on, buddy, you got it. You got it, buddy. You got it. You can do this. You can do this. Come on, you're a smart little villager. Come on, you can do it. Come on, get out of your corner. There we go. Got him. Have a nice trip. Please don't die over there. Wait a minute, is he coming back? Oh God, he's coming. What are you doing? Why are you coming back? There's nothing over there for you. There's just a powered rail. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh my god. I left the powered rail powered. Ugh. Why am I so stupid? Looks like we're going back. Remember when I said that wrangling villagers was annoying? This is why. You little stupid head. Okay. Bam. Crisis averted. Thank God. Okay. You get out of here. Okay, actually, you can just stay there. This is fine. You can just hang out there if you want to. There's nothing down there. But at least you guys won't be in danger of dying, and that's kind of what matters. Be good down there, please. One down, one to go, folks. I am just totally destroying this village with building blocks, but frankly, I couldn't care less. Oh no, I hit him by accident. Where's the guy? The guy's gonna be after me. Okay. I guess the Iron Golem doesn't care about this guy. He's expendable, apparently. Evicting some random guy out of his house, and you know, nothing crazy. How do you feel about me? You good? We good? We friends? Yeah, we're friends. Alright, awesome. That hay bale is in a tree. Off you go into the little villager hole. Quick side note, but from all the way up here, you can actually get a really cool view of the place that we built our moss factory in. You can see just how big it is, just how rugged the terrain is, and of course, just how much additional digging we are going to need to do in order to really turn this place into a beautiful steampunk industrial district. Down the hole. Yep. I forgot they stack like that. It's really funny. Just to be on the safe side, we should probably go get one more guy, just in the rare off chance that I accidentally kill one of these guys in the process of setting up the villager breeder, getting them to do their little villager shenanigans, and all that other lovely stuff. What are you greening about? What are the particles for? There's nothing around here. Alright, there we go. That's good enough. You guys should have plenty of space down there. Gonna toss a quick little torch just to give you guys a little bit of light. This kind of reminds me of like Plato's allegory of the cave. But you know, instead of a bunch of guys chained to a wall, it's 3 villagers trapped inside a 3x3 dirt cube with nothing but a torch. They cannot move. They cannot see the outside world. What is there in their lives but dirt and torch? Alright, brief philosophical moments later. I know I said I was going to get on with that villager breeder, but let's take a quick look at our surroundings real quick. It's going to become our, you know, little cottagecore villager trading area, and it's really quite nice. Like if you come over this hill, you can see our starter base looking snazzy over there. As much as I really want to put a lot of emphasis on things being, you know, lush and green in our cottagecore build, there's too many trees here. We're definitely going to put more trees back later once we have some buildings and basic infrastructure laid out, but for the time being, it's going to be much easier to do our work if we have a blank slate of just regular grass without any trees or anything else blocking my way. I know you guys love deforestation, so we're doing that again. Alrighty, I went ahead and I made the villager breeder. This design was originally created a few updates back by the technical Minecraft legend Impulse SV, but the video tutorial that I followed to construct this villager breeder is by Zinji. If we go on up here, up this little minecart track that I have prepared to ferry the villagers over from their containment unit over in that direction, the villagers are all gonna plop down into the central hole right here, and they'll get pushed through this tiny little gap right here, down to the bottom, where their first experience in this brand new world will be smacking face first into a piece of diorite. Lovely experience, I know. And now comes the moment of truth, actually getting these guys out of their little hole. He went out. Of course he went out. Why wouldn't he go out? Ugh, you are the most annoying thing this game has ever created. Get in the hole. There we go. But of course you don't, because why would you? Okay. The absolutely brutal amount of dirt we had to use just to get these two guys in the hole is a little bit embarrassing, but I really don't care at this point. Okay, I have finished up making the villager breeder. As you can see, it has been working. We've got 3 guys already. So I figured we'd jump right into the decoration. Being that this is a bit of a smaller build, I also thought that it would be kind of nice if I brought you guys along in the building process so you can see a little bit of my thoughts and my design choices behind decorating this weird little tower thing. I want to turn this villager breeder into like a grain silo, but of course, instead of storing grain, it's going to be storing and producing villagers. We're going to start off by taking a bunch of bricks that we have here and making a little bit of a ring. Now we're going to add some supports, and going with the style of our previous builds over there, we're going to be using dark oak logs. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on those sides over there. Going to put a composter on top of each. And then you go over to the corners here, and you're going to do 2. And then we're going to bring this brick ring up so it's 3 blocks high. And once again, sticking with the building style that we've developed over in our starter base and our enchanting tower, we're going to be using some spruce, and we're going to do a slab there. 2 trapdoors to kind of make it like a half slab that's shifted down by half a block. 1 more slab there. 2 slabs. Stair, stair. Now extend this pattern to all 4 sides. Of course, the minute I start building, we get a thunderstorm. Very cool. Next up, take your shovel and a campfire and put an extinguished campfire on each of the 4 corners, just like this one. Now, in order to give the different sections of the silo a little bit of depth and color contrast, we're actually going to use a little bit of quartz. This stuff goes really well with brick, and in my opinion, having a silo that's just one giant pillar of brick really doesn't look that great. We're also going to be using stairs just to add a tiny bit more depth into the walls of the silo. Alright, now that we've got all that out of the way, you can imagine these first 3 levels of brick and that 1 level of quartz as like your first segment. And what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that segment 2 more times. Alright, from back here you should be able to pretty clearly see the 3 different sections that we've got laid out here with the brick and the quartz. You'll notice that I haven't put the top layer of quartz on top of this top layer of brick, and the reason for that is we're actually going to go through and punch out some windows. This is going to seem a little bit weird having windows in a grain silo, and trust me, I completely agree with you, but it's going to add some much needed depth to the otherwise very bland walls of this building. We are going to leave one of the sides actually open right here without any window, and that's because we're going to add a bit of like a service ladder over on this side a little bit later. Now that you've got this top section in with the windows in place, we can go ahead and put the final layer of quartz on top like this. And now this bit is going to be a little bit annoying to do if you're in survival like me, but we're going to go to the outside of all the windows and place a gate and a trap door so we can have a bit of a window shutter for these high up windows. Now that we have the top section finished off, all of our windows in place, and this hole right here, we can go ahead and make a bit of a service ladder, which is really just going to be done by placing a bunch of trapdoors. You can do this by holding down duck and jump at the same time. Coming back up to the top one last time, we are going to be putting a roof on this thing. Starting off with a very similar pattern as before, but using stone bricks, we're going to run across here. Then we go up 1 more, but this time with andesite, and instead of andesite walls, we're going to be using iron bars. I had originally tried using deep slate tiles for this design up here, but it was just too dark, so I went with a combination of stone bricks, andesite, and now stone to finish off the top of this silo. And last but definitely not least, we're going to be doing a little bit of the interior up here. Now, of course, the interior is pretty tiny, but there's a little bit we can do. First of all, we're going to add some oak wood around the edge like this, and get rid of that old scaffolding that we don't need anymore. We're going to go ahead and strip all of it. Going to put 4 oak logs in the corners. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some spruce stairs and put 2 in each corner, just like that. And then we're going to finish things off with a bit of like an arched roof design. And on the very center block here, we're going to put a smithing table because the underside texture looks cool and I felt like using it. Add a chain and a lantern just to make sure that mobs don't spawn up here. A whole lot of decoration and design later, and check it out. Not only have we added a lot of details and foliage to our grain silo, but over here we have a cute little pop-up melon stand. As you can see, I haven't done any trading with these guys yet. They're still novice level with no EXP. And before we do that, let's just talk a teensy little bit about the melon stall. Since we're mainly working on the outskirts of what is eventually going to become our little cottagecore hill, I figured I'd do something cute like this. We've got a whole bunch of melons behind them as like their stock, and we've got the same general foliage pattern as around the villager reader with the leaves and the lilacs and the glow lichen. We're using oak and campfires for a bit of like a rustic look. And if you're wondering how I got these melons wedged in here, I'm using the armor stands data pack. Link to it is going to be in the description below if you're curious. Anyways, back on track to the villagers. I want to have one guy trade melons and one guy trade pumpkins. On novice level, they don't actually trade either of them. You have to trade wheat or carrots or something like that. Okay. Moment of truth, this guy is going to upgrade. He does not have the melon trade. That is actually really unfortunate. These guys are so annoying. Leveling this guy up one more time just to see if he can get the melon trade. Ah, there we are. Okay, this guy has the melon trade. It took me a little while to get him, had to trade up most of my carrots and stuff, and I got a whole lot of pumpkin pie. This guy is officially our melon villager. Melon Mordecai. I'm still trying to get a wheat trade out of this guy. He's only giving me potatoes thus far. Please give me wheat trade. I hate this mechanic so much. It is not so bad with farmers. Ah, there we go. With librarians, oh my god. I cannot stand. The constant breaking and replacing of these workstations is really annoying. Ah, more melons. Okay. Goodbye. You are useless. There we go, we've got our guy looking fabulous. Alright, before I release you, I'm gonna make sure you actually have pumpkins. And there's the pumpkin trade, alright. You shall be known as Pumpkin Pete. And with the villager headaches finally out of the way, we have our first two farmer villagers in their cute little melon stall. But more importantly than that, I'm finally glad to have another source of EXP and a place to get emeralds, because emeralds are going to be the key to everything. Mending books, fortune books, free diamond tools, unlimited quartz and bricks and other things that are hard to gather. Okay guys, I think it's about time we enact a little bit of revenge over on the village that has caused us so much trouble. Call me petty, call me sadistic if you really want to, but there's nothing more gratifying than taking an entire village and reducing it into a lame little pile of rubble. Trust me. Let me go do some preparations and I'll catch up back with you guys for the removal of this village off the face of the earth. Well, what do you think, guys? Is that enough TNT? Before we go ahead and reduce this village to a smoking crater, I might as well take a minute to just show off the sheer amount of TNT that we've got piled up in oh, no, that's gonna end incredibly badly. We're not gonna go over there real quick. Hopefully we don't get any more jump scares. That could have ended incredibly badly, folks. But yeah, let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer amount of TNT that I've got created for this little demolition project we've got going on here. Every house in this village has been stuffed to the gills with TNT. I've got them around all the farms. I've got them around the well. Poor iron golem over there is probably gonna get blown to high heaven. This detonation right here, this is for all the hardship, all the annoying hours of frustration, painful experiences wrangling up these villagers. I cannot wait to delete your home off the face of the earth. Let's do it, folks. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Oh, man. We got a couple that didn't detonate over there, but I think that's fine. Oh my god, he lived! The iron golem's alive! How did you survive that? Dude, everything around you just got shredded. What are you still doing here? Alrighty gamers, I really hope you enjoy this very turbulent episode. We've got a great foundation for further village expansion going, and I cannot wait to further develop our little cottagecore trading center. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and comment down below what you would like me to do next. Until next time, this has been Leon, and I will see you all in the next 1.18 survival episode. Watch out for them creepers.